Hi, I'm Mark. This is my February review for Scorpio Sun sign and Scorpio rising. We start the month with a bit of a downer because Mercury's retrograde, and Mercury's retrograde until the 20th of February, so this is not a good time to make long-term plans or decisions. This will affect you particularly around the home area because Mercury's in your 4th house of the home. So I would stave off any decisions about the home or about moving until after the retrograde period is over. The other thing you must do is back up your computer because Mercury has a habit of causing havoc in these areas of computer and technology and also communication, so things get misunderstood and misread. Also on that day we have an aspect between Saturn and Jupiter, and this runs till the end of the month. This is one that affects your 6th house, so this is to do with your daily routines, your health, your diet, your exercise. So this is an area where you can look at improvements, what you can do to make things better. What can you do to make your daily routines, your workflows better? What can you do to make your exercise, health and diet better? It's a good time to get to grips with this now. Then also on that day we have a Sun square Mars aspect, which will cause some tension in relationships. Mars is in your 7th house relationships, so it's a good day to avoid conflict. Don't get drawn into any arguments because you will be quite angry, or you could provoke anger in someone else. On the 4th, Jupiter makes an aspect to the black moon, who's in your 7th house of relationships. Where the black moon is, there's a shadow cast, but Jupiter will highlight this shadow and make it so big you can't ignore it. So you could have things come up that are related to past relationships or your primal fears regarding relationships. Now, good thing is, if you let these come up, you can deal with them. This is a chance to make yourself a much better and stronger person. You can let these come up, deal with them and put them to rest. Then on the 6th, the Sun makes a fantastic aspect to the Moon's nodes. Now this is a fortunate time. The Moon's nodes are going to be aspected 4 times this month by 4 different planets. So there's a lot of destiny around, a lot of fatefulness that things are going to change. The aspect with the Sun is very positive because it's in your 2nd and 8th house. This is the finance houses, so this could be a good change of fortune here. If not for yourself, for your partner. If you've got shared resources, there could be a great improvement in shared resources. Also on the 6th, Venus makes 2 aspects. Now these aspects will help the ones we've just talked about. First of all, she makes an aspect to Uranus, who's very close to the black moon in your 7th house. So here you can bring things out in the open. It allows you to talk about things and to resolve things. Then the other aspect is to Chiron. So this will help the Saturn Chiron we spoke about. This will help you to bring acceptance to any issues you have in that 6th house area. Then on the 7th we have an aspect from Saturn to Uranus. Now this is a long running one. This will last right through to the end of the month. And this is where you need to look at your life. This is centered around the home and your relationships. Now this is where you need to check and see if things are still fresh, because if they've got stale, if things have become rigid and too staid, then you'll need to make changes. You'll need to have structure and change, not just radical change, because that won't do you any good. You've got Saturn in there, so Saturn needs structural change. You need to put a plan into place and organise things well so that you can have pleasant change. On the 9th and 10th, Mercury makes 2 aspects. The first one on the 9th is to the Moon's nodes. This is the 2nd connection for the nodes this month. Now, Mercury's the planet of communication, so you may get a message or some kind of sign that points to your financial situation in the future. There could be good news coming with this one. On the 10th, you could feel a bit irritable though, because Mercury aspects Mars, and this can bring out irritability in people and a little bit of frustration, so try and stay calm on that day. Then on the 11th there's a new moon. Now the new moon's in your 4th house, in Aquarius. So this new moon has a lot of originality with it because it's in Aquarius. The fourth house means you'll be concerned about the home and your security, not only your physical security but your emotional security as well, because the moon brings sensitivity of emotions. It's also a good time to start looking at the future. Don't make any definite decisions because Mercury's still retrograde, but it's good to start looking at the future and start sort of forward planning so that you can put things into place after Mercury has gone direct. As well as the new moon on the 11th, we have Venus making two positive aspects. First one is a conjunction with Jupiter, and this is very agreeable. This can be a very fortunate and lucky aspect as well. So this is also centred around your home, so there could be good news connected with the home. And the other aspect is between Venus and the black moon Lilith. Now Venus will bring the best out of the black moon. So this will bring new people into your life. This will bring you a little bit more of an exciting time as well to come. And this will help to establish things around the home that are a bit more lively. On the 12th, Mars makes an aspect to Neptune's in your 5th house of creativity. So this is an excellent time to contemplate and think about things and bring forth some of that creative, poetic energy you have and let it come to the surface. This is also a good time for being very in tune with other people. You'll be very sensitive to their needs. So this is a time when you can help people as well. This aspect lasts for 4 days, so it's a good one to experience, and you may connect spiritually as well with people at this time. Then unfortunately the weekend of the 13th and 14th is going to be a bit of a downer because Mercury, who we said is retrograde, makes that final push backwards and makes 2 or 3 aspects which will bring you down a bit. You won't feel too energetic or too lively, and you may feel like your glass is half empty for that weekend. On the 15th there's a connection between Venus and the Moon's nodes. This is the 3rd of 4 during this month, as we said earlier. Now Venus is a fortunate one as well because this can put you in a good place in the future. You may have a chance meeting or hear something that will benefit you in your career or your life's path in the future. It's also a very fortunate time and you can manifest your desires. It's a good time to use the law of attraction to get what it is you want. Then on the 19th Venus makes a not so good aspect. This time it's a square to Mars, and squares are sometimes challenging, so if there's any underlying issues within relationships, these could flare up and there could be conflict, so try and avoid any conflict on the 19th. On the 20th Mercury goes direct, and this is good because now all the planets are going direct until the 23rd of May. So this is a time you can really push things forward now and get things moving. There will be no hold-ups, no delays. On the 23rd is an excellent aspect to start this all off. Your ruler Pluto is aspected by Mars, and this will give you the ambition and the drive to set a plan in action, sow those seeds for the future, make those changes and transform things. But you just need to make sure that the ego isn't too big, because Pluto won't put up with that. These changes have to involve everyone, not just be for yourself. You have to involve others. Mars is in your 7th house. It's vital that you cooperate with others because this is part of your future plan. On the 24th, Jupiter makes the 4th and final contact to the Moon's nodes in February. This one lasts for 5 days, and this is the most fortunate. Jupiter can bring opportunities now. The North Node is in your 8th house. That's the house of Scorpio. So this is very apt for you. This is where a transformation will take place. You will reap the benefit of past sacrifices and your past hard work. There'll be doors opening now, opportunities appearing, and there'll be chances to completely change your lifestyle and establish a new and better lifestyle. You'll also be more in the spotlight, and there'll be opportunities for you to broaden your contacts with people and maybe travel as well. On the 25th, there's an aspect between the Sun and Uranus, so there's more change here. This is within your relationships, all relationships, personal and professional. You'll get a better insight into people and how they behave, and you can reform your behaviour so that you fit in and get along with people better. And you can also have the opportunity to meet people or come in contact with people who are much more unusual and exciting. Then on the 27th there's a full moon, and this full moon's in Virgo in your 11th house. And now you need to look at your goals to see if they match who you are going to be now, and you need to adjust them. They need to be realistic, not some pie in the sky goals that you're never going to attain. And then the other thing you need to be considering is your friends, family. You're going to feel more deeply emotional, be more protective of them, and you'll need to feel how they feel and share your feelings with them. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe. If you'd like to leave me a comment, I'd be glad to hear from you.